Hello guys, in this class we will see about preparation of conducting polymer polyaniline, which is shortly named as PANI. Aim of the experiment is to prepare polyaniline using chemical methods. First, let us know what is polymer. Polymers are macromolecules formed by combination of many monomers. Monomers are the simpler unit of the polymer. That is, many monomers of low molecular weight combines to form a molecule of greater molecular weight under certain conditions of temperature and pressure. Okay, so such a molecule are said to be polymer. Condition: the monomers must have multiple bonds in it, or it must have two or more functional groups. Then only it can undergo polymerization. For example, if you take methane, its formula is CH4. Okay, so it doesn't contain multiple bond in it, either double bond or triple bond. It has got only single bond, so it cannot be polymerized. Ethylene has got double bond in it, CH2 double bond, CH2 is ethylene. Okay, so it can be polymerized. If you take ethane, what is the molecular formula for ethane? CH3 single bond CH3. Okay, so it doesn't have multiple bond in it, so it cannot be polymerized. Acetylene is CH triple bond CH. It has got multiple bond in it, so it can be polymerized. Aniline, what is the formula for aniline? C6H5NH2. Okay, so it has got double bonds in the benzene ring and a lone pair of electron over the nitrogen, where delocalization and all possible. It can be polymerized. Glycol, CH2OH, CH2OH is the molecular formula for glycol. It has got two functional group in it. It can be polymerized. Now let's see about conjugation in polymers. Conjugation means the pi electrons present in the polymer are delocalized, or delocalization of pi electrons present in the polymer is to be the conjugation in polymers. Ethylene. Okay, ethylene to polyethylene. Let us consider this polymerization. CH2 double bond CH2 is ethylene. This on polymerization, what happens means the double bond, okay, present in the ethylene, one of the molecule shifts like this, so that a new bond formed between carbon atom of one of the molecule with the carbon atom of another molecule. Okay, so this occurs so that it results in polymer like CH2 single bond CH2 single bond CH2, like that. It can be simply represented like CH2 single bond CH2 repeated n times if n number of molecules, n number of ethylene monomer is taken. Okay, now just check whether the polyethylene has got pi electrons in it, or is there any possibility for the conjugation in polyethylene. Okay, so there is no possibility, no conjugation in the polyethylene, because the polymer has got only the single bond in it. Only when it has got double bond alternated with a single bond, the delocalization of pi electron possible, or the conjugation in the polymer is possible. On the other hand, let us take another example now. Acetylene to polyacetylene, that is polymerization of acetylene. What is the formula for acetylene? CH triple bond CH. Okay, so this on polymerization gives you a molecule like CH double bond CH single bond CH double bond CH, like that, which can be simply represented like CH double bond CH N if the monomer is acetylene and n number of the acetylene is being taken. Okay, so what happens here? The one of the bond from the triple bond shifts, so that a new bond formed between one of the carbon of molecule with the another carbon of another molecule. Okay, so check whether conjugation possible in this molecule or not. Since there is double bond and single bonds are there, which are placed alternatively, conjugation is possible in such a molecule. Okay, for example, it can be represented like this also. Polyacetylene can be represented like this also. The pi electrons present in the molecule can shift in this way, so that there is a delocalization of pi electrons or conjugation in the polymer. So such polymers can show conductivity. So that's a point here. So actually polymers are insulators. Okay, they do not conduct a current. Normally polymers are insulators, they do not conduct a current. However, if they have pi electrons in it, for example in the case of the polyacetylene, okay, if they have pi electrons in it, conjugation is possible. So they show some slight conductivity. So further, the conductivity in such polymers can be enhanced by doping it with either electron donors or the electron acceptors. And polymers have a wide range of application because of their special properties, such as they are lightweight, corrosion resistant, easy workability and easy maintenance. Because of all these properties, they have a wide range of applications. Okay, but the drawback is they are insulators, they do not conduct current, but the conductivity can be induced in it, or conductivity can be enhanced in it by doping it with either electron donors or the electron acceptors, provided the polymer should have the conjugation in it, conjugation of pi electrons or delocalization of the pi electrons in it. Now let's see about the classification of the conducting polymers. Conducting polymers can be classified as intrinsically conducting polymers and then extrinsically conducting polymers. Intrinsically conducting polymers, shortly named as ICPs, and extrinsically conducting polymers, shortly named as ECPs. Okay, so what do you mean by intrinsically conducting polymers? So that means here the conduction is due to the polymers. That means the polymers may have conjugation in it, and the conduction is due to the polymers. Okay, but in the case of the extrinsically conducting polymers, the conduction is due to the conducting elements. Some conducting elements may be added to the polymer. Polymer is not conducting there. Okay, they are non-conductors, but we are adding certain elements that may be conducting. So extrinsically conducting polymers means the conduction there is due to the elements that are added to the polymer. Now intrinsically conducting polymers may be again of two types. The conduction may be due to the conjugation present in the polymer, or the conduction is may be due to doping of certain substances to the polymers. So for example, the polymer may be doped with the N-type dopant, or it may be doped with the P-type dopant. N-type means electron donor dopants such as lithium, sodium, N-naphthylamine may be to it. Okay, and also the electron donors, that is lithium, sodium, N-naphthylamines, they are also known as Lewis base. Lewis bases are usually electron donors. P-type doping means the polymer is doped with the polymers that has already got conjugation, may be doped with the P-type dopants such as electron acceptors like ferric chloride, iodine, bromine, arsenic, pentafluoride and all. So they are actually Lewis acids. Lewis acids are the one that accepts the electron. Lewis bases are the one that donates the electrons. Okay. Now extrinsically conducting polymers, where the conduction is due to the element that is added to the polymer. Okay. So some conducting elements are filled with the polymer, or the non-conducting polymer may be blended with the conducting polymer. Okay, so So this is how the conducting polymers are classified. All right. Now let's see about the polymerization of aniline. Aniline to polyaniline. Okay. Formula for aniline is C6H5NH2. Aniline on polymerization gives a structure like this, and it can also be written in this way when n number of the aniline is being taken and polymerized. Conductivity in the case of the polyaniline is due to the delocalization. Okay, so in the presence of oxidant, what happens? There is a removal of the proton, that is hydrogen. When hydrogen is removed, okay, so the bond between the nitrogen and hydrogen shifts. So again the bond shifting occurs in the benzene ring also. All right, and protons are removed, so that you get a structure of this kind where the conductivity is enhanced. So these are the different forms of polyaniline which can show good conductivity. Leucoamyrilidine, amyrilidine and pernigraninine. Oxidative polymerization of aniline. Synthesis of polyaniline by chemical oxidation involves the use of either hydrochloric or sulfuric acid in the presence of ammonium persulfate as the oxidant in the aqueous solution or in the aqueous medium. Okay, so actually the synthesis of polyaniline occurs in the presence of hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, and the oxidant or the oxidizing agent that is used during preparation is the ammonium persulfate, which removes the proton from the polymer and enhances the delocalization. The principal function of the oxidant is to withdraw a proton from an aniline molecule without forming a strong coordination bond. So now let's see how the polyaniline synthesized. Chemical synthesis requires three reactants: aniline and then an acidic medium, either hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, and then the oxidant, which is ammonium persulfate. 1 ml of aniline is dissolved in 100 ml of distilled water, and then 10 ml of 10% sulfuric acid is added and stirred with the help of glass rod. To this, 2 grams of ammonium persulfate is added slowly under constant stirring for 10 minutes to form greenish black precipitate of polyaniline. So this is then stirred for 10 minutes and allowed to stand for 15 minutes. The polymer is then filtered, dried and then weighed, and the yield of it is given as the result. There are a lot of applications for the conducting polymers, and they can be synthesized easily also. They have got physiochemical properties that could make it as a good conducting element. They can be used in the biosensors, drug delivery systems, and it finds a lot of applications in the tissue engineering also. Okay guys, thank you for watching the video. Thank you very much.